TCTITLEGUY Podcast. Today it was a blessing, and so what I mean by that is long story short. I don't even know. A year ago, I think it's a year anniversary since I've known these two. And if you don't know who these two are, this is Megan Alpertz and Candice Molter, Guild Mortgage, Cadillac, Michigan, Wexford County. Although they do business all over the state. So I shot a video, right? Or something happened, and I got a like, right, on my video from a client of mine, Tammy Jarvis. Shout out to you.
She's one of my realtor partners.
Yep. And then I shot a video with Tammy. Candice liked it. Met up with Candice through socials. We set a meeting. She actually came to one of my classes the first time. Yeah, both of you. Yep. And then after that, came down to, a little ways after that, I had another, at their old building, this is their new space, came down and taught a course, had several agents show up for that. You've introduced to a new agent. You guys are going to hopefully be closing a deal here soon. We have a deal
right now that's going to be closing in a couple weeks.
Yep. And then I met Trevor Knapp. Shout out to you, man. On socials, he showed up for the course, met their entire team. Both of us, it was actually perfect. We didn't even plan this out. I think it was a God thing.
It is a God thing.
We literally both taught at City to Shore. Not taught. We taught, but it was more of a presentation. We both had a presentation this morning. They went over some new loan products, which they can dive into that in a little bit. I think that zero down one is definitely a highlight, a must to talk about.
It's a goal.
And then I had opportunity to speak as well. I talked for 20 minutes. I had several real estate agents, some top producing agents, if not the top producing agent in Wexford County, Massachusetts County, approach me. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I'm not going to say names out of respect for them, but it went very well. I got to give kudos. I got to give kudos where it is. Not only to these two, right? They have led me to meet tons of people, but I got to give kudos. I got to shout out to. I think this is really a big God thing, right? Because I've asked the Father to position me with people that are like-minded like me. I go in there and I'm sitting there and I'm getting a password for their Wi-Fi to present, right? So I can show them some videos I've done or whatever. And I'm sitting down. I'm not sitting down. I'm standing next to Alex, their admin person or whatever, the transaction coordinator, and she's typing in the password or whatever. And all of a sudden I say, I hear, what's the name of the lady up at the front that was speaking at the beginning?
Tamara.
Oh, Tamara. She's like, let's pray. I'm like, oh, and then I went, like,
she's awesome.
Out of no disrespect to other brokerages, but I don't see any other brokerages starting off their meeting with a prayer and then they go into their creed. Okay, shout out to City to Shore. Love that brokerage. There's no doubt in my mind why they are successful, because a lot of it is grounded with faith. And then also in their creed, they talk about, there's a big long creed. I could probably share that up here. Maybe I'll put that up on the screen here in a little bit. But in the creed, it talks about clients' best interests. And you guys know me, right? You know I preach that all day long. That's who I want to work with. So see how the Father has led me to weasel my way into opportunities to meet with people that are aligned with my values, right? And shout out to ERA. Shout out to Barry Fall. Who got introduced to from these two as well. The same thing.
We get around.
Client's best interest. Great brokerage, successful. I got another Con Ed course coming up with them next month, and so and really a lot of it has to do. No, all of it is because of these two. It all it stems back to Candice and Megan, and so
thank you.
I really can't thank you guys enough. This is completely authentic. Actually, I called Candice on the way here. We left City to Shore this morning, came here, and I'm talking to her on the phone, and I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna hold this out. I'm gonna hold out on these comments, and I'm going to say till the interview, because it's just not as authentic the second time.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, I've been talking too much. I've been talking for like 5 minutes. Anyways,
you talk fast though.
I do. I want to talk way too fast.
You do talk fast.
I do, and I also interrupt people. So please, And then I also, do things too quickly, right? Like we're setting up our client appreciation event, May 7th. May 7th at Lakeside Charlie's in May. I went.
From 4 to 6.
We're not going to go into all the details, but I jumped ahead of the gun a little bit too bit on that. But
I remembered at the end though to plug it so you could announce it and you got everybody's attention.
oh no, I was just talking about when we were setting up the event.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, anyways, I was just trying to alleviate some stress on your end. Anyway, long story short, we got a networking event coming up. All three of us together in May. But I really want to talk about what you guys do in the community to help agents out on transactions, how your local approach is making you successful. And, you could talk about Wexford County, sure, but let's talk about Northern Michigan, okay? Let's talk about why Guild Mortgage why agents in Traverse City, in Charlevoix, in the surrounding areas in Northwest Michigan or in Northern Michigan in general, or in the entire state should be working with you guys.
Why? Because Guild Mortgage is one of the largest mortgage companies in the entire nation. And we have some of the most exclusive programs that no other lenders have to offer. Like we have 100% financing for an FHA loan. So we give you a 3.5% payment assistance, down payment assistance that you don't have to pay back. So as long as you don't have any 30-day lates in the first 3 years of your loan, I mean, it could be a $500,000 house. We'd be giving them almost $20,000. After 3 years, it just disappears. It just goes away. And it's an awesome program because it has no income limits. You could be making $500,000 a year. You would qualify if you didn't have the money in the bank. I mean, 20% in the bank. But any FHA borrower out there, if they are not being told by real estate agents that Guild Mortgage does 100% FHA loans with free down payment assistance that you don't have to pay back, and there's no income limits on it like it is for RD. There's no DTI limits on it like there is with RD, because that's what we're comparing them to, RD to FHA. And this FHA 100%, I think, it hands down is the best deal I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's an incredible product. It's an incredible loan. And I think that just circles all the way back into Guild. I think Guild, as our lender, Guild does nothing but try to find the best and move with the market as best as they can at all times. When COVID hit and it was such a mess and there was so much issues with people's jobs and income coming in and stability of income. And it's all about just finding the market and moving with the market. And Guild does that in every product that they have coming out. Every product that we have is either how can we help first-time home buyers? How can we help people with their down payment assistance so that when they're moving into a home, we're not taking every penny out of these first-time home buyers' pockets trying to get them into a new home. And we have so much to offer them so that they can walk away from the table
with a check,
with either maybe their earnest money back or their
Jenny
appraisal money.
Jenny just said that deal we closed yesterday. She's like, I couldn't believe it. The client walked away with a check for over $500.
Yeah, there's just so much that is out there to help those clients get into a home, be a first-time home buyer, achieve that dream of owning a home, and ways to do it without needing 20% down. And then we understand that not every buyer fits in this tiny little box.
But this deal doesn't have to be a first-time home buyer.
No.
It can be
FHA is
anyone.
for anybody. I'm just saying as a whole with the products that we have so many products out there to help people. And maybe there shouldn't be an FHA buyer and they're a conventional buyer. We have products where they can do little to no payments down on conventional.
We have 1% down.
Yep.
Conventional.
Guild does everything that they can to, like I said, carry the market, stay with the market, and keep people getting in homes.
They embrace change.
Mhm.
They've embraced AI.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of it.
So tell me about that. What does that mean? What are they working on?
As far as with marketing, they're using it with, like, if we're going to be going and doing a presentation, I mean, I normally just go by the seat of my pants when I'm doing it because it's actually more genuine that way because it's coming from my heart and it's not something I wrote out the night before and read.
Sure.
But AI, like, I can give you an example. We were doing a VA loan and it was on a private road, but it had an easement that was recorded. And the underwriter came back and said, we need to have a road maintenance agreement. And I asked AI, and AI said, you have to have a road maintenance agreement for a VA or an easement. You don't have to have both. And this house had an easement. And I called the head of our underwriting department and told him that AI said that. He goes, well, AI isn't always right. I'm calling the Veterans Administration myself to find out. I'm not kidding. 5 minutes later, he called me back and he's like, Candice, all these years we've been doing it wrong. He goes, you have no idea how many underwriters' brains you just blew because they're just like, I thought that was a guideline. I didn't know it could be either or. And he's like, we're changing everything the way we do VAs now because he goes, I can't believe it. Yeah. We've been making people do this all these years and didn't need to.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to talk about something that's very important outside of products, communication and scenarios, and give me real examples of how you guys view your guys' business as the best communicators from a lender standpoint.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that communication is everything when it comes to a transaction. It's everything between the lender to the borrower to the title companies to
and the title companies. The title companies see it too.
Yes,
like we're waiting for a payoff authorization. Like and then we get the bad light too from the other side of the deal. Right. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? It's like, well, we're waiting.
Yeah.
For a lender, right?
Yeah.
And they won't even get back to us. But go ahead. And usually most of the time it's big box institutions.
Yeah.
But
And you get a different person every time you call too. You don't get the same loan officer.
Most of the time I see bad communication from big box. Like people from out of town.
There's a few around here that locally that aren't communicating. I won't mention names, but I've had 2 or 3 people lately that have said, I came to work with you because I was working with another lender and it would take them 2 to 3 days to get an answer back to me. And I know that you and Megan work as a team. And if you're not available, I know I can go to Megan and one of us is always available after hours, weekends, holidays. I mean, I took an application out on the boat for the 4th of July Cherry Festival. And I had to actually tell my client to be quiet for a minute because the blue, the airplanes?
The Blue Angels?
Yes, the Blue Angels were flying right over the top of us and I couldn't even hear myself think, let alone hear the client on the phone. But it was the 4th of July. It was a holiday. And I was working.
Right.
Yeah, I think that is key. We're working. I have little kids. I'm constantly running, but I have my computer with me at all times. Like we understand completely that there's times in this market that things are happening last minute, or there's a deal that's falling apart and they need something right away, or they need those numbers to know that they can increase the purchase price or whatever they need to do. And so we are always available to take care of that.
Let's talk about kids. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because we share that.
Right? I have grandkids. I had mine yesterday.
So you're out of the
I'm old.
Unless you're watching the no, I didn't mean to make it sound like that. All right.
Okay.
But as far as kids go in general, in your case, you're watching your grandchildren. Mm-hmm. You've got young children. Yours are a little bit older than mine.
I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Okay, so I have an almost 3-year-old and 2 9-month-olds.
Yes.
So
you're really busy.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to talk about is like communication. Like I'm feeding a bottle and I'm getting deals.
100%.
So you tell me about that.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I mean, my daughter plays multiple sports, and so there's tons of times that I'm on the soccer field or on the basketball courts. And
you were at the Michigan State game
when
when Jenny Johnson called you about that deal.
Yep. So there's still just times and that was one of those things. It was her travel basketball team, and we had all went downstate. But that's it. I mean, it's important to have a healthy work and home life balance, but it's also important to know that you can handle that and still be doing all those things with your family. And I'm always at every one of her games. I'm not missing anything, but I'm still consistently able to be reached and be able to help people regardless.
Yep. I'm talking about follow-up. The successful lenders I see consistently, pleasantly, persistently, reaching out, right? Without asking for the business, even though they're kind of asking for the business, right?
We just created a department for that.
What do you mean?
So all of my to be determined loans, which means they're pre-approved, pre-qualified, but they just haven't found a house yet. We just started a new department and I have to pay like $30 a month for it, but they will call every single one of my clients that are pre-approved going back 2 to 3 years and call every single one and ask them, have you found a house yet? Are you still shopping? Do you need anything from Candice or Megan? I'm just here with Guild reaching out to you because you applied a year ago and you still haven't bought a house yet. Just wanted to see where you're at so I can let Candice and Megan know. And I thought, they're like, would you like to have that, Candice? And he goes,
And these are not people from a foreign country.
No. These are Guild.
This is Guild,
This is
California.
our customers.
Yes, they're not, you can understand them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they also said, well, we will also call them on their birthdays and on the anniversary of the time that they bought the house. Would you like us to do that for you? I'm like, sign me up. That's awesome. I want to be in touch with all of my clients and keep them and my name in front of them. So
I just see a lot of times, especially in this market with the rates, doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm ready to refi. Oh, damn it. It's a week later. The rates just jumped up 0.5%. I don't even know, but tell me about
happens.
that.
Well, it does happen.
Because I know I just saw it go below 6.
Yeah.
And then I heard it went back up.
And then back to your follow-up. And I think that that's what goes back to the company that we work for and what they pour into their loan officers and everybody, because we have such a system set up that we're seeing these numbers. We're getting emails daily that says, hey, you need to refi so-and-so, or you need to call this person and just touch base with them. Or we put them into a category in our system because maybe they've been pre-qualified, but something happened and they just aren't ready to purchase right now.
Yeah.
We have stuff that's automatically setting up, asking us to follow up with them or emailing them and saying, hey, don't forget about us. We're still here, but how can we help you?
I want to tell you what I hear in the marketplace. Okay. And I want you to rebuttal and bash it. I hear downstate lenders, okay, they're not local, but they're not working for Rocket, but they are individuals, right? Whether it be a bank or a mortgage broker, whatever, right? I see them saying they hustle harder. I see, these are what people tell me. I see they hustle harder. I hear,
the
not
lenders?
see, yes. This is not what I see. Excuse me, I don't see this. I hear this. I hear that they hustle harder. They communicate better. They chase leads, right? Follow up.
Which is what we do.
They chase leads better. So rebuttal that. Argue against that.
Hustle harder is how, because you have to sit there and you have to hound every single client to make sure that they don't leave you because your customer service up front wasn't what it should have been. Because I feel that when we contact a client and we've done our job and we've had that communication up front, we don't have to constantly call and hustle and hound them to make sure. Obviously, we want communication. Communication is key. Are we communicating with the realtors? Yes. Are we still answering those borrowers' calls and calling them and making sure that they're taken care of? 100%. But do we have to be drowning the leads? Because no, we don't have to do that because our customer service was there from the beginning. So I personally, if I'm somebody, I don't want somebody doing that to me. I don't want you calling me nonstop, trying to make sure that I stay with you and trying to drown me in you. I want to know that we've made a good connection up front, and I know that the connection is going to lead us to a deal when that time comes. Obviously,
we help them with their credit too.
100%. You still have to have follow-up. You still absolutely have to have good communication. We do all that. You don't have to hound people. And as far as what they say about communication, everybody can have good communication. What is the difference in that communication? I don't think that's anything less than we're doing during a transaction.
We're extremely transparent with our agents. I think we tell the agents too much that it scares them. I'm serious.
It's like we could handle
we
that.
probably shouldn't have told them because now
stress
they're
them out.
freaking out, and it's like it's no big deal in our world.
Right.
It's just something that happens in the back room.
Right.
And I'm just too honest, and I tell the realtors everything that's going on with the loan, and then they're like, oh my gosh, maybe I should send them to a different lender. It sounds like kids having all kinds of problems. And it's like, no. These are normal problems. I'm just keeping you updated because I like to be transparent about everything.
Yeah.
And we don't have to buy the leads to sit there and constantly.
I've never bought a lead.
I mean, that is what's happening right now. When legislation is passing stuff right now.
Wait. You caught my attention. Tell me. Sorry, go ahead.
As far as legislation is passing right now that the people can't pay the credit bureaus to tell them when you're pulling credit in the purpose of a mortgage, and that's what happens. I mean, our borrowers are calling us so mad, so upset because they're like, "What did you just do? We're getting 100 phone calls today,
right?" And they're doing away with that.
Yes,
it goes into effect in June. It's already been passed. It's already been signed by Trump.
I
know.
Yeah.
I've been writing letters to my senator like for 31 years about how invades a person's privacy. This is not anybody else's business because they want to get a mortgage, that all their information should be sold to 10 other mortgage companies.
I apologize out there to anyone if you've done this. I have not seen anybody talk about this.
Oh
no
my
lenders,
gosh,
no
it
lenders.
happens.
It happens all the time. We have people so upset.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this. I've experienced this.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I haven't seen any lenders talk about this new thing coming up in 3
June.
months.
It's in June.
Right?
There will be no more trigger
April, May,
leads.
June.
Yeah.
But who are your downstate lenders that these agents are happy with that are hounding people? Those are the lenders that are hounding these people and calling these clients every 5 seconds as soon as a trigger lead happens. I mean, again, if you have good communication and you have good customer service, you shouldn't need that, because our borrowers aren't falling for it. They're calling us saying, how do we get this to stop?
I see. I don't know if that's necessarily the situation. Maybe that might be in some incidences, but like I see like, hey, Mr. Lender, here, I'm going to give you opportunity. Here's a lead you might have to chase for a while until they're ready.
Yeah.
Like here's a lead, right? I got this lead from whatever generated online source, something like that. And then they hand off the lead. And then from there, that lender has not followed up consistently. And I don't know how, I don't know. Anyway, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, I would say if you properly are putting it, for us, we properly are putting our customers into our database when that happens. So if Sandy, the realtor, hands us a lead, we're going to go into the system. We're going to mark that Sandy just handed us that lead. And that way, when we're communicating with those people and those emails, maybe we're not calling them every single day, but we're following up. We have automated stuff that's telling us, hey, it's been 30 days since you've talked with this customer. Make sure we're following up with them. Or, if it is somebody who's not necessarily maybe going to be purchasing right this minute.
So you have your customer relation,
and then
customer relation marketing tool. It
and
prompts
then
you
our
to do that
system then
stuff.
ties them so that if 6 months go by and they come back to us and they're like, well, maybe they haven't even talked to the realtor in 6 months because things weren't moving. We're like, hold on a second. You were working with Sandy. Sandy handed you to us. Let's get back.
You need to go back to that realtor
and make sure that we're following up with that.
And that's respect. And realtors would love that. That's respectful on your end.
We will never steer a client away from a real estate agent.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we ask. Do you have a real estate agent?
Yeah.
And if they tell us that they do, we 100% are very positive. And we're like, I know them. They're a great agent. Stick with them. If you go driving down the road and you see a sign and it has somebody else's name on it, don't call that person on that house. You call your agent, the buyer's agent, because that's the seller's agent. They represent the seller. They're going to try to get the best deal for the seller. You got a buyer's agent over here. They're looking out for their buyer. Right. They're going to be the one negotiating your deal.
Right.
So don't ever call the number that's on the sign if you're already working with a real estate agent.
Right.
Because people don't understand that. They literally don't. Yeah. And the real estate agent that had shown them 40 houses and did all this work and all this time, and then they happen to drive by the lake somewhere and they see a for sale sign with another realtor's name on it and they call them and that realtor sells them the house.
Right.
And the other realtor did days, hours, weeks of work.
Right.
And all this other dude did was have a sign in the yard and got a phone call and sold the house.
Right.
And it's like, I don't want that to happen.
It's important that our systems communicate that. Our systems state that it's who their agent is. You know what I mean? And so we constantly...
Their agents follow the loan with us.
Yep. When we put that in, unless something changes between them that we're notified of, that agent stays in that loan with them. Even, like I said, even if it's 6 months from now and they're not communicating, or maybe they just have gotten deterred from the market and they don't want to keep going with it.
Yeah.
When we pick that client back up or when we get back in communication with them and they're ready to move forward, we know exactly who sent us that.
I want to talk about client's best interest. Okay. Without going into
I can give you a perfect example.
Too detailed information. We talked about this earlier, right? If I have an opportunity to share information with your buyers, you better share that information. Whether you're a lender or a realtor.
Well, it's just like that FHA.
Leave it up to them. It's not up to me.
Right.
It's up to me. It's up to you. It's up to the buyer or the seller.
Yeah, give them their options.
And I'll give you another example of what we do. And I know other lenders would not do this. I have a client. She's done all of her mortgages with me. Her mom has, her sisters have, her uncles has. She loves me and she trusts me. And she wanted to do a HELOAN. And
I don't know what a HELOAN is.
it's like a HELOC.
Okay.
It's a home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
But a HELOAN is not like reusable. Like it's not revolving.
Okay.
So once you pay it off, you pay it off. You can't keep going back and
I got
withdrawing from it. But anyways, as an example, she really wanted to do it with me. And I called up my friend Carrie Comstock at Horizon Bank.
Yep.
And I just said, hey, Carrie, I said, how much do you charge to do a HELOAN? She goes, nothing. She goes, worst case, they might have to pay for an appraisal. I said, so worst case, it might cost them $500. She goes, yeah. I said, do you want my client? Because they're going to have to pay me between $2,000 to $3,000 to get this HELOAN.
Yep.
And if I know that they can get it for free or for $500
Yep.
with someone I could trust and like, I'm sending them to you. And my clients were over the moon. They emailed me and said, you are such a good person.
Mm-hmm.
We're never leaving you for our mortgage needs. I can't believe you just sent us someplace else just because you knew it was way less money. And I'm like, because I can't live with myself.
Right.
I have to sleep at night.
Right.
And if I know about it, I'm not going to just, I can make all this money on this HELOAN.
Christian values. Right?
Absolutely.
Align with client's best interest. It's a perfect scenario. Same situation. I had an opportunity for this deal. They had a better opportunity with this other title company. Doesn't matter all the details. I said go with them. I got a $2.5 million deal from that same lender because of that. Right?
That's awesome.
They remember that.
They do.
Absolutely.
They remember that.
Absolutely.
Right? Client's best interest.
They absolutely
Share the
remember.
information. Go with them. Right?
Yeah.
If they have a better deal, go with them.
Yep.
Right?
And that is it. We have looked at clients before and been like, we can't, if this is really what somebody can
Remember
offer
that
you.
one lady? It was $3,000 for her to borrow $20,000, and we begged her to go to the credit union or a bank.
Mhm.
We literally begged her, and she's like, "No, you're my mortgage people. I did my first mortgage with you. I'm your customer for life. I want to do it with you." And I'm like, "It's going to be $3,000 to do it with me, and down the street you can do it for $0 or maybe $500."
Or an application
She's like,
fee. Yeah.
She's like, "I don't care.
Hey,
I don't care."
You shared the
But we
information.
share the information, and that's what's important, is to know that we will share that information and that we are going to look at our client's best interest. That's what our job is. If we don't have client's best interest, then we'll never have a client for life.
And people, and I've said this before in the show, and people could say they have their best interests all the time, but it shows when I offer you something, or here's a situation that comes up, your character will show.
100%.
Absolutely.
It will show, and it will come through the woodwork. And as a lot of times, I've had to learn this the hard way.
It's super important, and it's all about relationship building and trust, because you have to know through every part of the transaction that you can trust who you're working with.
Yep.
And I mean, we have the reputation, especially with City to Shore, if nobody else can get it done, Candice and Megan can. City to Shore sends us all of their wild childs, I could say, that got pre-approved with Rocket, got all the way to the closing, and then a week before closing are told, sorry, we can't do it alone.
Trevor was telling me in our podcast, Trevor Knapp, he was like, yeah, man, he's like during the whole Wexford County shutdown thing, he said we were dealing with these California lenders, and he said it was nothing but a pain in the butt because they had no idea what was going on.
Because they don't
here.
understand and they don't hear.
And they wouldn't close them.
Right.
They wouldn't close them. We found title companies that would.
Yep. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about, highlight about your business locally?
We have a new location.
Yes.
We're no longer at 150 Granite Street because an attorney who used to be in this office bought my building, and now I'm here renting in the same space that he came from because he outgrew his space and needed a big building like mine, and we had way too much space, so it worked out perfectly for us.
Something that I should highlight, they have a great space downstairs to utilize for maybe a networking event.
Yes.
Con Ed courses. right?
It
Stuff like
seats
that.
20 people.
Yeah, it's a fantastic space.
It's a huge
They've
table.
got a projector. That's not my thing. It might need to bring in a TV to present something. But you could always play around with it if you want to mess with the technology. but it's a great space. Networking event area, socialization, Con Ed courses, classes. So think about that in the future. If you want to hit up these guys, do you have a space that we could use?
We
some
can
kind of
use
thing?
that conference room anytime we want.
Yep.
All we have
Doesn't
to do
cost
is
anything. Just we got to reserve it.
Yep. We just have to make sure that we're signed up so nobody else plans an event the same day we
Right.
are.
Right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention?
No, we're just excited. We're excited for 2026. I think we're
gonna have a killer
It's
year.
going to be a great year, and just growth. I think just growth with everyone, and like you said, we just had a meeting with a title company just a week or so ago, just about communication, and I think that is just so key. And
She was coming in to try to do damage control.
It's just all about communication, and I think that that's growth as 2026 is just continuing to communicate, continuing to put the best foot forward for all of our clients and getting them in their new homes.
The best deal. I've always said I don't even look at what I'm going to make on a loan. I have never done that in 31 years, and to this day I still do not do that because all I look at is I'm trying to help as many families as I can to get in a home, and the money will follow.
So if you're not doing that, you're getting the same level of customer service every single time.
100%.
And whether it's $100,000 house or it's $1 million house, you're going to get the same treatment.
Yep.
And the same service.
Yep. Client's best interests. Candice Molter, Megan Alperts, Guild Mortgage. And how does anybody get in touch with you?
Call my cell phone 231-878-8889. And if you can't get me, then call Megan 231-878-7130. Those are our cell phone numbers. You can text us and call us. And if you text us at 10 o'clock at night and I'm still awake, I'll respond.
Okay.
Same with her. She has to go to bed early because she has little ones. So
TC Title Guy Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe below. Look out for the next episode coming up soon. And everybody have a great day.
bye-bye, everyone.